How's it going, folks? My name is Patrick, and welcome to Morivvia Update number 2. Right now, we are in that little connecting district. I like to call it the useless district now, just because the houses are so cramped inside, you can't have any possible functional use that is also aesthetic. Anyways, moving up, in the last video, we walked through all of the changes recently, and today we're gonna do the same exact thing. As promised, this one section is now full of homes. We even have Against the Wall is complete, as well as the section over here. So not as much work as last time, it was a little bit more busy this time around, but nonetheless, still some great progress that I'm excited to show you all. If you haven't seen the last video or the overall showcase of the world, feel free to check them out. I do have various playlists on my channel and look to improve my content further. So if you do like these style videos, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below, as well as simply if there's anything I can do to improve them. Always looking to improve, have a lot of things planned for this channel. But anyways, just another point of reference, this is the home that we mentioned in the last walkthrough video update. It's useless in here. I mean, there's no actual viable space to live and make it look nice. I mean, sure, in survival, I could cramp it and make it functional, but I want it to look cool, so maybe I'll demolish the house one day, maybe I won't. I probably won't, because it still looks good from the outside. Anyways, that's where we are, and going into this new district. Nice little site of the cathedral still, with the sight lines, and we even we even have a nice view. Can you notice anything different here? Anything? I see something different. We have docks, trying to make it look more interactive, more lively. As always, the roadways still are not completed yet. We still need to add pressure plates, buttons, and stairs, but those are going to be now towards the finishing touches of the city and not the actual planning and building as I'm doing now. We got a few larger homes throughout here. This is actually going to be subdivided into several buildings. You can see it's just one massive structure. So starting to build larger buildings here on the world, and then I'm gonna splice them up on the inside just because it feels less repetitive that way, and from the outside they still look like multiple structures. Anyways, moving throughout, we have a nice view of the castle. I hope you all can enjoy it because it's not gonna be there forever. Once I start building things up, you're not gonna get this. You're only gonna get the peak at the very top. And I've even debated on changing this in recent times, maybe adding a spire there and just adding more towers to the actual castle as a whole. Maybe that'll be once I'm done with the city, but there's a lot planned. Up here is our little tavern or inn, whatever you want to call it. It's just the back side of it. This is not new, but this little ramp or little entranceway is. I like the gradual slope. Now, I will say it does seem a little bit barren for me, so maybe I'll add another tree there, some flora, bushes, you name it. Obviously, there's not enough room for a building here. That's that's to be expected. But just something else other than just walkway. So it's always a work in progress, and these videos are nice for me because I get to see this build really come to life as I building it. I mean, honestly, I haven't made videos in the 10 years I've been making this until recently, and I really wish I did because now I can't look back at all my old stuff unless I go through saves, but there's no actual progress there. Yeah, cool little building. As I said, trying to build these a little bit larger. This is gonna be a 3-story building in here. Pretty nice stuff. You have a nice little balcony which is functional. Oh, well, this is why we showcase things. I guess I guess I never finished the build. Now it's finished. Okay. We're gonna forget about you, door. I can't believe I didn't do a door. That looks much better. Okay. Okay. So I had a few people asking about the texture pack, or if I'm playing Conquest through Forage. No, I'm just using the pack, guys. I'm just using the Conquest pack, not the mod itself. I prefer vanilla Minecraft. I have my own reasons, but I just feel it's easier to plug and play versus the actual Conquest Reforged. Harder to share with you all. So As much as the mod would be cool, I just, I got a soft spot for vanilla Minecraft. But yeah, these are the updates in this little peninsula here, or this little connecting bit. It's really, there's only a few new homes, but they took a while, especially because the design language of a few of them were a little different from what I am used to. I'm also experimenting with more variations in the A-frames here, or whatever we want to call these, and just, you know, have different textures throughout. So that's the one new section. Moving on, we have the docks that we are going to explore now. And this courtyard is really coming to life. That's a new area I'm going to show you momentarily. But remember here, it was just vacant. Well, look at, now we have a really steep staircase or decline, and boom, we can get out on the water. And we even have a little ladder up, so if you're swimming, you want to get up, you can get up just fine. I might add some rowboats, I'm not entirely sure just yet. We have a miniature dock here, and the same goes for over here. I felt like it was just a little bit too barren, and of course we had to have the trapdoor design, or the pressure plate design I should say, which looks really cool. This looks realistic for actual drainage and grip, but I will say it makes me lag. It makes me lag quite a bit. It sounds satisfying though. But yeah, it looks super cool. I'm very, very happy with these changes. I don't like that right there. But I should also say that light will probably be gone as I build more, because that section of the world is incomplete. So yeah, I think it'll be okay. It will be a-okay. Little view line there, that's nice, that's nice. You know, we didn't do too much work, but we did enough. Now, moving over here, I was thinking about adding like a gazebo or some sort of canopy here, and instead, I just made it like a garden, kinda. Not a garden, a park. That's what it is, a park. I really liked the view line right here, where you can see the boat, and you can actually look in and see the boat through the park. If I added buildings, you would you no longer get that. So it's like, you know what, we're adding a park, it's just gonna look nicer, and none of this has really changed. But oh my goodness, there's homes here now. So first of which, you know, you walk up here. I love the big trees. There's a little trick to getting big trees almost 95% of the time. I will show you all. It's a very old school trick. But yeah, we got the doors here as like these little walls, I should say, even though they're doors. You have the entrance, and yeah, it's a pretty cool exterior for this park. Moving in, you have some lanterns. You got all your foliage, all your flowers. And what is this block? This is a dirt path mixed with gravel. Absolutely love the Conquest bag. So nice. Hey, you can see the wall here for now. I don't know, this view is obviously gonna change. There's gonna be buildings, but you know, just a nice little change. And then, oh, I saw this on Instagram. I forget who it was, but yeah. A swinging chair. I think this thing is super cool. So I saw that idea on Instagram. The colors and the blocks used for it are a bit different, but was a nice inspiration. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take that, because I thought that was pretty sick. And then even in this garden somewhere up top, aha, there's a bee's nest with a butterfly. These are just bees, but with the Conquest pack, you name tag butterfly, they turn into butterflies. So pretty cool stuff. Fortunately, they still make bee noises, which, you know, is kind of odd. There's another one. Okay, that one kind of scared me, I will say. Made a noise, and I wasn't expecting a noise. So yeah, this is the new building. I'm gonna add like bushes or storage in this little crevice here or alleyway, just because you can't really use this, and it's ugly. But you know, that'll be once again a finishing touch to the actual city, unless I forget, like I did right there. So always going throughout and looking to see if I miss things, and chances are I do. So this is a pretty cool home, or it's not even a home at this point, it's a building. Once I finish up the city, I'm gonna have to Oh, that's right. This is 2 buildings. Duh. I'm gonna have to figure out what building is which and, you know, start filling interiors if I can. But that'll be a much later stage. But yeah, love the arches. Not much has really changed over here. I will let it change to nighttime for the first time. And let's actually force it. So time set, let's say 14,000. And this is what it looks at night. The park. Very bright, but, you know, that's okay. Nice view. This view is not really going to change much, which is nice. Nice view of the moon. It's well lit. Okay, going back to 0. Alrighty. So, all of this is new. There we go. That looks a little bit more. Yeah, okay. This is new with these trees. I love this right here with the lantern. There's actually a second one, believe it or not, that you can't see from this side, which I absolutely love. On the way down, you should be able to see it. But moving up here, you have a little entrance to this one building. And this building is new. And there you go. Pretty cool view. So, like I said, just trying to make this feel as complete and grown as possible. You know, I like the fact that it's a city, but I'm also trying to make it look like there's still nature involved, because when it's only buildings, it gets boring. This pathway, obviously not complete yet. There's quite a few things that I still need to do in this district over here. If you continue here, this is once again the bathhouse. So, you know, it is a large build, but if you know where you're going, you can get around quite easily. We're just exploring down here real quick because I thought I saw something. Maybe not. I thought I was just seeing things. Okay. So anyways, let's go back to the new sections of the world. And moving up here. So we have to travel on through. But before we do, we hang a left. And all of this is the back side of the building. All of this is new. As you can tell, it's not completed yet. This is the back side of the alleyway. And we go down here. You can actually see the cathedral. Nice little touch. And that is back to the useless alleyway over there. So yeah. Ooh, this is new. This used to be a little dead end. Like I said, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I just made it all mass storage in here. So that, you know, it's small things. This is how you can hide dead end alleyways that really have no other purpose. And yeah, it's pretty clever. This is the backside, that little dock system. I went on a few of the trees and added these signs, kind of like a support, you know, just so they stand up. So that was a nice design. Moving on. Okay. To the wall. This whole strip, all of it, right here. This is new. This is new in the past 8 days or so. So this is one of the entrances or exits, depending which way you're going. We have the gibbeting tower, as we've explored previously. And here we go. So these left homes aren't new. I'll tell you when they're new. Starting with this house. This is where it's new. So once again, try to adding some variation. Pretty big space inside, so you know, I think I will plan on doing interiors. I guess it depends how bored I get. But none of this stuff is completely done, but the buildings are, at least, on the exterior. So after this corner building, it starts becoming new. If we follow this road, this is simply going to the market. But we're not exploring that because we already have. So I really like what I did with the chiseled stone here. Honestly, I might add some signs because it looks nice, don't get me wrong, but it looks a little like the design language of it is not interrupted enough. So if I just grab a sign and just put 2, wrap it around a little bit, let's see what that looks like. You know, I like the bottom. That's better. Okay. It's the little things. But yeah, so you can tell this isn't done because the walkways, we have some floating blocks still. Yeah, all of this here is new. You have to put things underneath these archways, coverings. Really love this building, honestly. You got a nice little balcony up here. Got some high windows. Super cool stuff. Really big building. One thing I will complain about the Conquest pack is, see the dirt? I have to delete it. Otherwise, it shows up. I'll fix that one later. We aren't really doing a maintenance build for a video. But yeah, once again, larger buildings in here. These are really, like, this is a huge unit. I'm probably going to break this down to like 5 or 6 buildings within the interior. Just because with the doors, like, that's what it kind of looks like. They just conjoined together. So, anyways, moving on. This building, this is new. This is missing something. Looking at it just now, I need to add some sort of spire here, just because it looks a little bit awkward with the rounded edge. But that's an easy fix. Moving over here, back to the market, we have one of my favorite little details. So, we have the... Is this the house? No, it's not. Okay. Oh. It's this house. Okay, that's right. So, if you go inside this building, right? This building is not new. This entrance, however, is new. Because if you go in, again, going over here, we have a secret little... you know, common space for the outside. You have for laundry, you have your workstation, your chests, and you have a fire pit, which, you know, this is cool. These are item frames with iron bars in the item frames. I thought that was a pretty clever design. I don't know, you guys tell me if it was. But, yeah, you have a nice large tree, and it looks really cool looking above. Nice little secret area that, you know, if you're flying, you know, you wouldn't really see it. So, I thought that was cool. That spire's new. That's like a type of spire that I need to add right over here. Maybe not 1-to-1 exact, but something very, very similar, just to break up the nothingness there. Anyways, moving on. All of these are new on both sides. You know. More homes. Like I said, I've been changing up the design language just a little bit with the color, you know, just to, you know, so it doesn't look all the same. That's an alleyway. I definitely need to fill that in. But this is super neat in here. Okay, so I'm gonna get to that. This is the back side of the market, or one of the other entrances. Nice little building here. Maybe I'll add something like that for the corner here. Maybe I won't. No, I definitely will. There's work still to be done. Going over here. More buildings. These are new. On the rare occasion, I do have double doors for some buildings, depending what they are. I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe that's like a customs house for certain goods from the market. Like I said, that's a little feature. Nice big tree. Right now we're on the back side of, or the side of the cathedral. We've seen all of this, but all of this here is new. So you not scroll down, you walk down. Right? You walk down. Nothing is on this landing yet. I plan on doing all that. We have another dock. And this is right by the wall. So it's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm very, very happy with this. Love the color changes. And then we even have a crane. I modeled this after the one in the actual ports in the harbor. But this time I added like an actual, you know, like kind of like a hook or something for the actual boats with the closing mechanism. So I thought this was pretty neat. Yes, it is pretty large, but you know, I mean, it's towards the entrance and it can help service the boats. So, wait, can this river... Where does this river lead? Does that lead to the ocean? It does not. Oh, it goes over there. Okay. I was just making sure the river is big enough. Like, does that make sense? This river, though, does go through all the channels. So, yeah. I'm super happy with this. Maybe the update was a little bit larger. I did more than I thought. This is the little last section that I really did. This is going to be just like in the courtyard way over there. This is either another restricted entrance / exit to the catacombs. And obviously the doors are locked. I'm gonna add Easter eggs so you can actually get into these with certain levers or buttons or certain keys. But that's what the map is actually done. So yeah, we did a lot. We really did. We finished this whole section with the wall. So you can see all those buildings. We finished over there with these buildings in the corner. Oh, sorry, those buildings. Yep. I don't even know my own build. And then we did the building here with the park and those set of buildings right over there. So yeah, I really don't know what's next, whether that's over here by the castle, over here by the castle, by the gladiator arena, or heading back to port. All I know is we are actually starting to run out of room, and I've made everything you can see right here in the past month and a half, and that is just so crazy to me. If I keep this up, I actually think I can complete this. So we have a few phases planned. You know, after the city actually gets done, I'm going to start working on the catacombs, and then once the catacombs are done, I'm then going to work on a complete underground sewage waterway system. So that's gonna be freaking sick. And then after all of that, I'm gonna work on the exterior, and then maybe, just maybe, interiors. Maybe I'll leave that up to you, the player. So yeah, that's it for the update, guys. I said there was not much to see, but you know, 20 minutes later, and I guess there was quite a bit to see. So as always, you know, if you liked the video, if you have any thoughts, you know, ways to improve my videos, feel free to let me know once again down in the comment section below. And just a friendly reminder that I do have a Discord server. Nobody's in it, but yeah, I'd love to get some of you guys in it and just see your builds. You know, I would love to see your guys' builds. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, folks. Until next time, yeah. I'm out. Happy building. Peace.